Welcome back to another edition of Music Monday from the podcast Nurture the Mind. I am your host, Cole Poots, and we are back with another music reaction. And I'm very excited for today's music reaction. Gonna take a little bit of a break from Ren. Last 3 weeks have been dedicated to Ren and checking out his music and that whole community of renegades. And like I said previously, it's been amazing. Thank you guys for all of the support and really taking this channel to the next level. But I am a music reaction channel, so there are going to be times where I veer away from that stuff, even if the videos are going well and generating a lot of views. I want to listen to things also, like influences that I have, music that I'm interested in, artists that I like. And we just got a brand new album from Falling in Reverse. It's called Popular Monster. The unfortunate thing, I guess, is with 11 tracks on the album, I have already heard Popular Monster, the title track. I've heard All My Life, Ronald, Voices in My Head, Watch the World Burn, Zombified, Last Resort. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the tracks. So I need to listen to Prequel, I need to listen to Bad Guy, Trigger Warning, and No Fear. So there's only 4 tracks that I haven't heard, and probably most of you that are watching this reaction probably haven't heard. The singles were amazing and they were stretched out over the years. Popular Monster, I believe that came out back in 2019, made waves, head waves around the radio, streaming platforms, Spotify, literally just everything. All of My Life, I don't know, I've heard that some people are kind of hit or miss on that track. Because it's country, it feels a little bit different than what Falling in Reverse would normally put out. I still like it. I personally love that song, and I think it is so fucking catchy, and I like how they took a song like that and went in a different direction, but that's not the entirety of the album. Ronald was great. The feature from Tech Nine was amazing. Voices in My Head, of course, a great song that I think came out back in 2022. Watch the World Burn is a fucking banger. How could anybody forget that song? Zombified, one of my favorite songs that Falling in Reverse has ever put out, also came out in 2022. Forgot to say Watch the World Burn, that came out last year. And then you had Last Resort Reimagined that came out last year. I would say out of all the tracks that I've heard so far off of this album, Last Resort is probably my least favorite. But that is neither here nor there. We got the 4 songs to check out today. I'm going to try and get it into one video. If it ends up being too long, we'll splice it up, split it up into maybe 4 separate videos that will all get released on different days. Prequel has a music video, so I will be checking out the music video to start this reaction. I've talked about Falling in Reverse on the channel. It is actually because of this channel. It is actually because of my friend Dakota Phillips, who turned me on to Falling in Reverse and said, hey, you got to go check out their music. It was one of the first artists, one of the first bands that I did on this channel when I started doing music reactions that started to get me some steam and started to get me some momentum on the channel. I know Ronnie Radke and his fan base, Falling in Reverse, and their fan base are ravenous. They are very supportive of them. Ronnie Radke, to a lot of people, is a very controversial being, and I used to think that way about the man before I really started to learn about him and figure out who he actually is and to actually give their music a chance. And my opinion has completely changed and transformed over the years. I think Ronnie Radke is often misunderstood, and I relate to that in a lot of ways because I've always felt like in my life I've been misunderstood. I think they put out great music. I think they're continuing to excel and get better and better as the years have gone on, the longer that they have been a band. And it's been amazing to see this transformation and this evolution of Ronnie Radke, a guy who used to get in a lot of trouble, in and out of prison, messing with drugs. even though he was in a band, he started with Escape the Fate and then went to Falling in Reverse. There was a lot of criticism, there was a lot of controversy, but the man has really made a concerted effort to switch things around, and I love seeing people succeed in life and basically have this redemptive power and this redemptive quality to turn things around. So needless to say, guys, I am very excited to check out these 4 new songs, the new album, Popular Monster. Let's see what it has to offer. Let's start with Prequel, the opening track, and we are going to go to the music video.
Dear diary, I've been searching for a higher me. I'm in the sky in the pilot seat, trying to stop my mind from spiraling, and that's irony. I'm just looking for a resolution. I just wanna be a better human, but it's hard when everybody's acting stupid. Pardon me if that came off rude. I just have a bad attitude with the world and not just with you. It's the side effects of abuse. I admit I'm a little strange. I don't think that I'll ever change. I survived a whole life of pain. You can say I escaped my fate.
Ho ho ho! Oh, ho, ho. Epic, bro. Oh, look at the cross right there.
Dear diary, I just had another wild dream. I was in a world that admired me, and when I woke up I was smiling, and that's irony. You talk a lot but you don't even know me. I'm just hoping that my testimony will inspire y'all to stop acting so. Pardon me if that came off weird. I don't mean to be mean, I swear. I have been through a lot this year. I just wanna make a few things clear. I don't like it when people hate behind my back and not to my face. Nowadays it just feels so fake, so I'll cut the grass to expose the snakes. I'm unstoppable, it's impossible. You don't wanna see the diabolical. Spend a beat that never stops the volatile, so I suggest you stay in your lane. I'm unapologetic, you know where it's headed. I will never ever let up off the pedal. The spirit of every warrior when we shall remember the fuck that you know on face. You slay the labor and you praise the fascists. You kiss the hand that takes half in taxes. Faking outrage and being seen. A generation with no self-esteem. It's time to rise up and stand against them. Break the chains and finally see the vision. We're post-traumatic from a broken system. Follow me into the chaos engine. It's time to stand, it's time to fight. Don't be afraid to twist the knife. Your sacrifice to break the curse. Prepare to die, prepare to burn. Abandon hope, it's not enough, cause all our gods abandon us. Your sacrifice to break the curse. Fight the match, watch it burn.
Oh, shit. Getting crucified. Wow. All right, there it is. That is Prequel, and that is the music video for Prequel. And oh my God, Falling in Reverse and Ronnie Radke seem to be like they are on this continuous ascension into being one of the greatest bands of all time, led by Ronnie Radke. Really cool in that video how he's pulling elements from previous music videos, I believe from the same, it's like a same setting, similar setting to Watch the World Burn, the platform that he was standing on as he was speaking out to all of those people. And then when he's up on the cross and he's getting crucified and he's got the nails in his hands, then the laser beams come from his eyes and he's destroying everything around him. That is also a callback to Watch the World Burn. I'd have to go back and try and get the lyrics, but essentially the way that I read this whole situation is, again, Ronnie Radke speaking directly to the people, and you see that in the music video, you know, the hordes of people that are around him and he's preaching to them. And I think it's also he's making it synonymous with the Bible, Jesus, God walking around preaching to people. And, you know, not to get all religious or too religious, but Jesus himself also was a very polarizing figure. You know, you had people that obviously loved him, believed in him, sacrificed their lives for him, and then you had the non-believers, you had the doubters, you had the people that tried to crucify him. And so very interesting how in this music video, and then probably if we dig a little bit deeper and analyze the lyrics, Ronnie kind of portraying himself as a God or Jesus. And I don't think he's doing it to say that he is better than people. I think just because of his reputation, how he's perceived in the media, the conversation that revolves around him constantly, he probably feels like that type of figure. And I could have said that about him without even listening to the song or watching the music video. Like, Ronnie has always, and especially here recently since I've really gotten into Falling in Reverse, Ronnie has struck me as a figure that is pretty close and synonymous to God, to Jesus. I can't remember the exact video where I said it, but I brought up Ronnie Radke as an example, and I brought up Donald Trump as an example. You got these figures throughout society, and then if we look back at history for a deeper context, you've had figures over and over and over again that are polarizing. It's either that you love them or you hate them. And I think that Ronnie is one of those guys. Like I said earlier in this video, in this reaction before we actually got into the actual music, is that, you know, the guy is read one of two ways. Like, it feels like there really is no in between, right? Like, that's just kind of the line that he walks. But in the song, it seems like he's once again explaining himself and his motives. He even said at one point that he can be a little bit hypocritical, but he'll actually say it to your face. He said, I can't stand people that go behind my back and talk shit. It's like, if you're going to talk shit, at least say it to me. And I could not agree with him more. You know, he's touched on cancel culture in the past, just things that are going on in society. And for a lot of people, you know, not stand-up people, not genuine, authentic people. There are a lot of people out there right now in society and culture, especially here in America, where things are really fucked up. Tons of people that are shallow, you know, that aren't willing to have conversations, that aren't willing to engage in dialogue and speak about things and to try and get to the bottom of things. And it's like, if we have an issue with one another, instead of talking about it, we just get silent, we wrap up our feelings, and we just hope that the whole thing goes away, which it never will. And I think Ronnie is basically just saying, hey, you know, if you're going to talk shit about me, at least do it to my face. He's like, I can at least respect that a little bit more, instead of going behind my back and trying to spread lies and misinformation. I mean, just think about, I mean, this could apply to so many things: politics, media, everything. There's a misconception. Things are misconstrued all the time. The media lies all the time. And at the end of the day, you know, you're going to have people that are divided on all of these topics left and right, and we're never really going to truly know what's going on. You could say that you think that you know what is going on, but really, in reality, I mean, we have a 24-hour news cycle that just never stops. It's repeated over and over and over again. And I think us as humans, we are not meant to take in all of this information and to be divided like this all of the fucking time. So it almost makes you think, and I think people should ask the question, why is it like that? Why do the media companies do that, whether it's left or right, whether it's CNN or it's Fox News? And there's a bigger play that's at play. They want to keep people divided, especially us Americans, U.S. citizens, because if we are divided in this country and can't figure out that we're actually on the same team, that we're actually on the same page, policies that we want might look a little bit different, candidates that we want might look a little bit different, but at the end of the day, the moral of the story is we all pretty much want the same thing, the same basic tenets, and we can't figure that out because we're always at each other's throats. And so, to me, not everybody's going to agree with this, but Ronnie Radke is a unifying force. He's misunderstood, and he's just preaching in the song. He's preaching to the choir. He's trying to talk to the people. He's trying to reason with people, but at the same time, too, the guy's got a backbone, and he's going to bite back. He's going to lash back. He's not going to let people walk all over him. And I respect the fuck out of this man for having that type of energy, and I've said it before in the past. I don't remember exactly what video it was, what reaction it was, but that is the energy that we need in this country right now, and we need role models like him. We need people like him that we can look up to, and we can kind of mimic their behavior, because a lot of times people, depending on your background, where you come from, how you were raised, the education system that you were in, your parents, like all of these societal influences, a lot of times, and I was like this when I was younger, is like you don't know how to really change, you know, those bad things about your character, your personality that you don't really like, because you've never seen it. You've never seen an example that was presented for you. And so I think it's important to have people like Ronnie Radke. I think it's important for us to have people like Donald Trump. If you guys are familiar with people like Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, Andy Frisella, like some of these guys that I really look up to, because I didn't really have that in a father figure. And I'm not here to like diminish my dad or like talk shit about my dad, but that was one of the things that was missing from my childhood. So thank God for the internet. Even though I shit and I dog on the internet and social media, a lot of the times it's actually been very helpful, because now we have access to all of this information, being able to seek out these people, you know, that are doing great stuff out there, and then learn from them and try and exemplify, mimic that behavior. So yeah, man, that was a great song. I think one of the best ways that you could introduce an album, it was hard to kind of catch on to the instrumental, but it was good. And then obviously, like, as time went on throughout the song, it got a little bit heavier. You could see in the video, I am fucking bobbing my head. I'm getting into it. So it's, again, first reactions are hard because you're really just trying to pick up all of the details, any of the nuances that you can speak on in your analysis. But I imagine it's just going to be a song that will grow on me the more and more that I listen to it. So yeah, that was Prequel. Thank you guys, as always, for coming over here and watching the content. I love you guys so much. 4 things that I always ask. If you can do one of the 4, that would be great. Number 1, like the video. Number 2, subscribe to the channel. Number 3, comment in the comment section below. And then 4, share the message via social media or conversations with other people. I'm gonna duck out of here. Thank you for coming on and hanging out with me. It's been a joy. It's been a pleasure. Love you guys. See you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.